What's going on, y'all? It's J Smo Reviews here, back at it again with another video, man. Bringing you guys really just a summary of some of the announcements that dropped. We got 3 announcements to talk about. 2 that went on John John's Bullpen Endgame card to complement Cassidy and John the headlining spot, and that is T-Rex versus Bad News, which I have some thoughts on, and then just announced really earlier today, Jazz versus Chirac. Chirac getting a huge opportunity in that battle, and we also got to talk about Power Moves adding a battle. Hitman adds a 5th battle, more top tier versus top tier action to his card with A-Ward versus Av, which maybe out of all 3 of these announcements is actually probably the highest level in terms of quality, how active and how great these 2 are actually within 2024. But first thing, let's talk about the bullpen announcements, right? So as far as T-Rex versus Bad News goes, I think the battle makes sense for a plethora of different reasons, of course, right? But one, it fits this endgame theme. I mean, Bad News has been calling T-Rex out forever now, and even just from the styles, where is the birth of what is now Bad News' style in the lane he's in? It's T-Rex, you know what I'm saying? The style that has the delivery and aggression really above everything, like that being the emphasis of the style. You mix in the real talk, the drug talk in there, and they even have some of the same flaws, like bar for bar, they can both be outdated. They can both have rounds that are considered like filler rounds where they're not really attacking the opponent that much. So it makes sense, like this is the highest evolution of what Bad News' style is, and it fits the card perfect as what looks to be probably like the co-headliner, co-main event of the card, right? And now in terms of who I have winning the battle, like I said, they both do the same thing great, which I think will make the battle great. I think when you have 2 guys that are, same way you have 2 punchers that are punching, usually a punch fest is great. You have 2 anglers that angle, you're going to catch the eyes of the people that particularly love that. And like I said, this is not going to be some lyrical masterclass and super punch heavy or pen heavy, right? These guys are going to talk some shit. They're going to be barking on each other. There's going to be a lot of drug talk, a lot of just straight real talk in this battle. And then being how long they've been around each other and how long Bad News has called them out, you've even seen in the interviews of Rex talking about the battle, they might angle a little bit. They might have a couple personals. I don't think it's going to be this overly personal, but there is going to be a grudge match factor to this. So when you have 2 guys that do that quality, well, who does that quality the better out of the 2 of them? I think they're both great right now. I think they're both coming into the battle with a lot of momentum, which also makes it perfect timing. But at the peak, I'm taking T-Rex, right? And I don't think that that's a hot take by any means, but something you got to look out for, although I have Rex winning going into the battle, is kind of this level of activity you've seen from Rex, starting to stack up towards the end of the year, right? Because he's very good versus Big K, Chess, Chilla, who I would say are all 3 probably better opponents than Bad News. And no disrespect to News, he's having probably his best year so far, right? But those are like top tier level opponents. However, they're all spaced out by a couple months each. He usually has a lot of rest going into those battles. He's got this. I think he's got Swamp maybe less than a month after, a month after. And listen, October and November have been crazy for Battle Rap. And in terms of announcements, December might be the craziest of them. I'm just going to let you know that now. And I don't know, if Rex got anything else booked, but I know there's more events coming up, and I know he's been cooking, so you really just never know. But even just looking at the Swamp battle, that's a difference than the amount of prep he's had for these other battles he's been great in recently. So if there is some fatigue, kind of trying to because Swamp is a great opponent in his own right? So if there's some fatigue in terms of spreading the material out to different battles, that could play a factor. Bad News should be motivated. This is probably the biggest battle of his career so far. So there is a lane to Bad News winning this battle. However, with the way that Rex has been rapping, I can't bet against him right now until he gives me a reason to bet against him, which is why I have him 2-1. And then also, like I said, we had an announcement earlier today, Jazz versus Chirac, and this one was a little more random to me, although I love Chirac. I've been screaming my praises for her since last year, where she did land number 6 on WOTY, and she was very consistent. High-level performances. She started this year like shit. Taz that she lost to on Chrome wasn't a good look. She lost to Miss Will, was a 3-rounder on Q Beasley. She was choking and stumbling in both of those battles. I feel like I'm forgetting another one too, but it wasn't a great start to the year. She gets the Yoshi battle on Mass 6 though. The biggest battle she's had this year, big streamed spot. It's on what turned out to be card of the year results-wise, but one of the biggest cards with a 2-day event with King of the Dot, and she knocks out the park. It's a clear win versus a good Yoshi. It's the best female performance on that card. I mean, her only comp was Yoshi and 40, but even those are names to be outperforming, especially in Boston. Well, it wasn't in Boston, but, in Massachusetts. So I guess that puts her back on track for a Jazz plate. I mean, listen, did she have to do what I saw Coffee and Vixen and some other battlers have to do to get a Jazz plate? No, it has. It's not like a big momentum up to there, but it is going to be an endgame plate for her, right? How much bigger do you get in female battle rap than battling someone like Jazz? And out of this kind of new era of female battle rappers, or what female battle rapper could I see ascending to top tier next? I think that there's a really good argument that it is Chirac. So even though the Yoshi is just a one battle to get back on track, it was a big battle, and I am happy for Chirac to get this look. I am a believer in her talent. However, like I said, it was after some inconsistencies, and it's not like I'm not going to say she hasn't earned it, but earned it to the degree of Vixen or a Coffee did, the challenges they had to face. And I don't know if she has the experience that she'll need. And in fact, I feel like I know that she probably doesn't right now. I have Jazz winning this battle either way. It's very easy to say 3-0 because Jazz has been on. I mean, look at the Tay-Rock performance. That's all I got to say. She's having another good year in her own right. And of course, staying active once again. But I mean, her skill set is just higher. I could even see a world where Chirac's good and it's just a ladylike 30, and Jazz just gets all 3 rounds even versus a good Chirac. There is room for it to be 2-1 as well, because I have seen Chirac really go up there and meet some of the better female battle rappers. She got a round clear off 40 just off straight ability, and I had her beating KCJ, so it is possible. So it's somewhere between 2-1 and 30, but on my initial call, out of respect really more for what Jazz has been doing, I am going to go her with a gentleman's 30 in this battle and winning clear, one way or another. And then, of course, I got to give my thoughts on the Power Moves Edition 5th battle and another top tier versus top tier battle, and that is Av versus A-Ward, which for a second it looked like we wouldn't get this battle, really any Av battle on the card. I know Av and Twerk was out there. Av talked to 3 Letterman, I'm not going to be on the card, real, condescending. And then I think it was Hitman went on Black Compass talking about like that Av didn't do the business he liked, came with a new price. And what did that all lead up to? Nothing, because we still got Av versus A-Ward. However, I joke, I'm really just happy because it works out for everybody. The league gets a really good battle to add. 5 battles, perfect for like 1,000-person big stage card, which is what it looks like they're looking for. For Av, you get A-Ward, one of the few top tiers, realistically, it looks like left to lock in with for him, at least in 2024, right? To add to how incredible his 2024 has been, heavily named, in the Cody discussions for this year. Then you have A-Ward adding Av to his resume, which is pretty stacked as well. He's got Tay-Rock this year. He's got Hollow coming up to a lesser degree, but still a legend. He 30'd Thesaurus, had a crazy performance, and now he adds Av to that. So they're going to both be competing, and like I said, A-Ward's having a kind of crazy resume building up, and other qualities meeting to it, so he's got a top 10 year of his own. Av is more in that top 3, kind of top 5 conversation, but we're still talking about 2 of the top 10, so with them locking in, I have no reason to think that this battle won't at least be very, very good. They've had no dips in quality from either of them. When it comes to facing top-tier competition, they're bringing some of the better versions of themselves. And the interesting element to this battle is it being in front of 1,000 people potentially, because I can't even give the whole speech like I usually do, but I will say once again, for the last few years now, Av has been better on big stages than in small rooms. Does not mean he hasn't been good in small rooms. He's just been that good on big stages. His Tay-Rock battle main eventing on SM, he was really good. Danny Myers' battle was probably his best performance of 2022. He was bombing. You go farther back to like his Arsenal battle, right? And I'm probably forgetting a few. Like I said, I won't give the whole speech, but he, in my opinion, is more than anything severely underrated with what he does. I think he gets to show more of his performance elements, and this year he's been more of an all-around battle rapper. He's been angling for a minute, but you're seeing the most of it this year from him. Couple jokes here and there too. Obviously he's still always punching, but on that big stage you got the performance, possibly the angles, and then the haymakers to go with it. He's going to be great. And when's the last time we've seen Ward on 1,000-person stage? Vixen. He was won like moment of the year. It was damn near performance of the year. In the discussion for body of the year, it was all of these accolades. So clearly both of these guys have the capabilities on the big stage to make the magic as well. And they've both been incredible in 2024. So that's all the praise I'm giving to the battle, to say that it could be a dark horse contender for Battle of the Night. I'm a big believer in Rex and Swamp. I am a little worried about Rex in front of 1,000 people. We talked about possible fatigue issues. Hitman and Geechee has potential. Twerk versus Big K, right? It's so hard to just straight out say it would be, but just like a lot of these battles, man, you add the prep time to it. All the elements are there for these two to be as good as anyone else on the card. And in terms of predicting a winner, this is not my power moves predictions, right? I talk about battles multiple times in this channel. So this is my initial reaction who I'm picking to win. This could change after I've sat with the information. I do my full like power moves breakdown for the card, but I am going Av 2-1 just simply because of the highs. That they're both kind of reaching highs, but we know what Av's been doing. Round length might even be a conversation because I'm not gonna lie, him and Rock have been doing this time gauge and shit, and the quality has been there with it, so it's not too much to complain about most of the time. But he has been rapping like 7-8 minute rounds. That could work against him on a big stage, though. Much better chance of it working against him on a big stage than in a small room. But obviously, not very small thing to nitpick at, right? His quality's been there as an all-around talent. He's looked great, and I just think that he's just peaking a little higher this year than A Ward. So if I had to, I think it'll be a debatable battle, but I do have Av 2-1 going in. And when you look at what power moves is put together, Hitman and Geechee, Twerk Big K, Rex Swamp, A Ward, and Av, that's already like a very solid 4, top, best of the year type of build for a card. And then it's bags and bodies, so Hitman gives his talent to look with the grudge match with Snake and J2 from the show. The card's been built well. I know that the matchmaking's been very public, how he's went through it, but it looks like Hitman has ended up really with one of the best case scenarios here for how any of these cards could have went down. And this is one that we always, you support in battle rap. That shouldn't even, it's sad that we have to say it as much as we do, right? And you normally don't hear me coming on here like support this. I mean, I always say cop the pay-per-view and all that, but more than ever, man, with what Hitman's building, if this goes great and it gets the full support we need, Power Moves 2 or 3, like, these are culture-shifting events. I want another one of these, man. So I do plan on going there and watching in the building, but either way, cop your pay-per-view, do whatever you got to do to support this one, because I think as good as King of the Dot Massacre 6 was, and it had tons more in the volume, 2-day event, right? But I love a good super card with 5 battles, like almost like what a traditional SM was like, and I have a heavy feeling that Power Moves is going to be event of the year for 2024. And that is my full thoughts on the, my overall thoughts, because I'm assuming this is going to be the final card for Power Moves. My thoughts on what Bullpen Endgame has put out so far, and just a lot of excitement in the air in battle rap, man. I've been doing a lot of reviews lately. Did the Sharon and Omac review, one of the best performances of 2024. You know what I'm saying? Go check that out. Fonz and Bad News from Bullpen as well. There is a lot of raps. A lot of raps going down. A lot of different leagues at a mid-tier level, a lot at a top-tier level. Female battle rap. It's all over the place, man. So expect all types of coverage coming up over the next few weeks for this. And, everyone, the sky is falling, battle rap this. You got people that use the death of battle rap as like a marketing tactic, but don't let that distract you from the fact that 2024 is really now borderlining like an elite level, like just quality-wise of the battle rap that we're getting. But, like, comment, subscribe, man. You know the drill. It's been J Smo Reviews again here, y'all. I'm going to catch you on the next one, man. Peace.